Hey y'all. All I'm gonna do is say do 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 wah. Who? Good God. What is it good for? Absolutely. Say it again. Hey, war. Who at war? Shayla and her mama. Look, they feuding. See, the two people that was in cahoots are now outhoots, if that makes sense. So, Shayla, she mad at the world right now. So she goes over to her mom's house and her mama came up and then she was like, she walked down and she was like, look at my little one. And she was asking her, she was gonna go somewhere. She was like, you sure you don't want to go with me? And she was like, no, I'm good. So she said, oh, look what God has blessed us with, my two sweeties. So this girl got the nerve to say, God isn't with us right now. So the mama said, what you just said? She said, I said God isn't with us right now, Mom. So she was like, look at this mess, Mom. Let's just stop pretending, and we pretending that we don't see it. She said, oh, I see it, and I see someone that's acting like they don't know no better too. And look at your baby right there, like that's a God blessing. And she was like, Mom, I just don't feel like he is. I feel like I've done everything I could to be a good woman to Anthony, and it's like he has Satan in him. And I'm like, girl, stop that. You ain't done everything that you can for no Anthony. Stop that. You ain't been doing no laying on your back. So her mom was like, you ain't about to start that. You can stop talking like that. You know better. You understand. And she said, if he has the evil one in him, then you have God in you. And she said, do you understand me? So Shayla told my mom, I appreciate the positive words, but this is reality, and we just have to stop pretending. So the mom is like, who pretending? She said, who's pretending? That was the mama said, and she was like, we're pretending, or is this reality? Mom, I've heard, I really just heard enough. So she really don't even want to hear nothing that her mom has to say now because it's not working in her favor, So the mama was like, okay, really? So no matter what you do, a man gonna do what a man want to do, And she said, you better stop acting like, you acting like Brody right now. You need to stop acting like Brody. And Shayla was like, when you blaming mom, when you blaming dad for everything, I did everything I could for Anthony, whereas you let dad just walk away. And she said, walk away. She said, girl, she said, I gotta let him walk away. He have 2 feet. And he's paying where he's staying, for what he's staying. So, don't blame me on that. So she was like, wait. So wait, did you try to throw a shot? And she was like, oh, now you're a good woman and I'm not a good woman. Like I didn't do everything that I could for my family. Mom, I didn't say that. She said, yes, you did, because it sounds like you said that. And she said, you did say that. So the mama was like, let me tell you something. Clearly, what's about to happen. So we are clear with what's about this. She was holding Shayla's arm, and Shayla pulled away from her. She said, "Oh, okay, Shayla. Okay, so we pulling back now. Okay. Well, excuse me, But let me tell you this. Tell you some clearly. You better get the evil one out of your mind. She's starting to lose it now. She really is starting to lose it. See, you remember that good comes from good, and that's right. Good does come from good, and bad comes from bad. And she said, I didn't come here to argue with you, and I came home. I came here to lift you up, but now all of a sudden, you so much of a better woman than me. And she was like, no, Mom, I didn't say that. She said, how many times were you cooking? Not many. Did you help him with his business? No, you didn't. Did you get involved? No, you didn't. You sat right here on this couch, and I was in there in the kitchen, and I remember telling you to get involved, to help him. And I remember I told you that, but what did you do? You don't even know how he make his money. So since you feel like that, you really know, while you in sitting on this couch like you got something, like you want to do something, I'm just gonna leave. See, Shayla now is losing it. You want to say everybody wrong but you. See, that karma is starting to kick in, and you remember what Coca said, the same way you got him is the way you gonna lose him. Cause see, you felt like that you had to won over your friend's husband, and you coveted him. You coveted him. You ain't cared nothing about Amber crying and doing what she was doing. All you cared about is what you was getting. You were throwing shots at everybody. Now everything Zatra have told you have came to pass. Everything Coca have told you have come to pass. Everything Sonny told you have come to pass. So now your mama and you falling out. That's where you was getting all your advice from. So now what you gonna do? But you sitting there looking like you mad. But what she doing? Sinking, sinking, sinking. She gonna be there where Diesel was. Watch what I tell you. Let me know what y'all think about it. Because when Anthony tell her what he want to tell her, whenever he tell her, that's gonna be the straw there. Let me know what y'all think.